Can you play a song with bananas?
Well, I was a music major, but no. Welcome, cool teachers. We were talking recently, there are just some crazy technologies. You'll see something or a name for something, and you'll wonder, what in the world is that? Is that even real? Because some of them sound like they're made up. Let's be completely honest. So today, Barbara is going to quiz me about how much I know about emerging technologies, and we're going to see...
I already know the answer to that.
Yeah, she knows. Oh, come on. And so we're going to see how many of these that I know. Now, there are 10 of them, correct?
Let me look here. I think so. There are 8.
There are 8. Okay. Sorry. So if I get 6 of them correct, we're going to give a Cool Teacher prize pack to our friend Stephanie Sheffield. And I'm playing for her. So Stephanie, hold good thoughts, and I am going to try to do this. So let's get started. Barbara.
Okay.
What do we got?
All right. So I'm going to give you some information or scenario, and you're going to tell me if it's real or fake.
You're going to give me the name, the details, and real or fake.
Right.
Okay.
So there's this device called Makey, and you can create all sorts of really interesting...
Nakey, like no clothes on?
No,
okay.
Makey, like an M.
Okay.
Makey.
Okay, I'm with you.
Your mind is in the gutter today. And you can create all sorts of stuff like a piano keyboard made with bananas, or you can send a message using an alphabet soup keyboard to Facebook or your social network. I mean, there's some really cool things you can do with this thing called Makey that you have to purchase online.
This sounds like it's I'm going to guess that it's a 3D printer that uses kind of edible matter to do this. I'm going to say it's real.
It is real.
Yes.
But it's not really a 3D printer. It's this device that this guy came up with, and you'll have to go to the site makey.com.
Yeah, you're looking at it right now on screen.
And just see what the heck this is all about. But you can do all sorts of interesting,
very, very cool
stuff.
Check it out.
All right. So question number 2.
Okay.
You're doing okay so far.
Yeah.
So there's this thing that Google has when you conduct a search, and it's called the Google Knowledge Graph. And so let's say you're searching for Renaissance painters as a student, and you really only know Leonardo da Vinci, let's say, for instance.
Okay,
and so
or Leonardo DiCaprio.
Well, let's say you're looking for sexy Hollywood stars, and so you type in Leonardo DiCaprio, and then this Google Knowledge Graph will show up on the right-hand side of your search results with not only information about cute little Leonardo DiCaprio, but also about other people related to him based upon other people's searches. So Google is now using the information.
That is real. It's because I think it's it gives you similar searches. You search for this person, you also might search for these people.
Right. So isn't that great?
That's real.
You're right. It is real.
That's
you
2.
Are 2, Stephanie.
We're so close, Stephanie.
I know. It's kind of a neat tool, especially for students who don't, maybe their knowledge base isn't so vast, and then they start getting more information.
We don't care about the students. Let's go with the game.
Making connections.
Come on.
All right. So
Next one.
You no longer need a whiteboard to create an interactive touch screen sort of surface in your classroom. All you need is to have a certain kind of a projector, and it will project on any surface, a wall. You can have it shooting down on a table, so you can have like a flat
projector,
screen. So it's a projector that will project and do touch. It'll just create the touch screen for you. You don't have to actually have the screen.
What is this thing called?
Well, I can't tell you that because then you'll know if it's real or fake.
Oh.
But it's a special kind of projector.
Seems like she's cheating. And so it also has maybe a camera, so it can tell where you're.
Oh well, yes,
touching.
it's a camera. It's a camera. It has, it's a typical.
She
projector.
sounds like she's kind of making this up, but I've seen stuff like that before, so I'm gonna say true. Real. It's real.
It is real.
Yes.
It's real. I'm sure they make other brands. But
What's it called?
Epson. Epson makes them.
Epson. Well, you could have lied and said it's Polaroid.
Yeah, that's right. But it's Epson, and they make this really cool, and it's a lot less expensive than having like a smart board in your classroom, for instance. You just get the projector. You can move it all around. You can have it shooting down. Imagine kids working on a flat surface on a table with their hands and stuff and looking at different things. Wouldn't that be interesting?
That would be cool.
Stephanie, I think you might be able to get our
Mm-hmm.
gift pack. You might be one of the first people that will actually give me your address. Nobody wants to give me their addresses. It's like, okay, whatever. They think I'm going to send them like a bomb or something. I don't
Well.
know. All right, so question number 4.
The gift could bomb.
So, question number 4.
'Kay.
So, you don't have to have an expensive device like Oculus Rift or something to do all these kinds of virtual reality
Right.
things. Google makes this thing called a Google Cardboard. And what it is, it's a very inexpensive little piece of cardboard, and you have to put it together. So you have the little lenses and all the little pieces together, and you put the little Google Cardboard
Mm-hmm.
together. It's like $10 or $25 or something like that. And then
That's
you put
awful
your cell
vague.
phone in front of it, and you can download these virtual reality trips, and then you can look it through your little Google
It uses
Cardboard.
the accelerometer when it's like that is real. I have seen those.
Yeah, I know. In fact, I have one, but I haven't put it together yet because
Let's
I'm
do
not
that on
very-
the show.
I know. Let's do it. We should probably put it together, and then we'll have a. Let's do that. That'll
Okay.
be a good show. All right. I think Stephanie, you're going to get this pack.
Yep.
That's 4. All right. So. Virtual reality is taking on some interesting twists and turns, and
Yes.
you can now go to the National History Museum and actually immerse yourself into a story. Instead of reading the story or watching it as a passive observer, you are in the story. So you can you can listen to David Attenborough. You know him.
This has to be real because it's so specific.
I know it is.
It's real.
It's the first life visual reality experience.
What's it called?
It's called I don't know. It's the Earth's earliest inhabitants. Or
Don't
something.
worry about it, you guys. You don't need to know what
you
it's
don't
called.
need to know, but it's they bring it's amazing. It's amazing. So
Okay.
yeah, they're using these virtual devices that you go in and the National History Museum.
Okay, that's 5. I only
And
need
you're-
one more. Stephanie, you get the prize pack if you're willing to
gonna
give Barbara.
I'm going to flip these
your
around.
address.
I'm going to flip these around now. Let's see here. So
So fake.
in now I'm not
Okay.
going to flip them around. Okay, so
Real.
almost ready. I think it's coming supposedly coming out in November,
Okay.
like maybe right after Thanksgiving or something.
Okay.
You can use this virtual reality device that's similar to the Oculus Rift, but it works with a Samsung phone. and
Does
it's
it have a
called
name?
Gear, Gear VR. It's called Gear VR, and you can do all kinds of virtual reality experiences, such as being inside a symphony orchestra.
Okay.
You can view dinosaurs.
What? From the
you
inside?
were-
The inside of
like
dinosaurs?
like you were in Jurassic Park.
That's
you know?
got to be real.
Run!
That's got to be real. I'm going to say it right now. You-
It is. It's real.
Okay, good.
And you could have all sorts of games and everything. Doesn't that sound exciting?
It does. It sounds
I'd
really
like
cool.
to see how that works. We may have to get a special.
let's order that.
Let's order that one. Yeah.
Charge it.
Yeah. Get that whatever P card out. You
Yeah.
guys probably don't know what a P card is, but
no.
it's a
and
universal.
if you have a P card, it's
Yeah.
probably not what we have.
Yeah, right. It's not the same kind of P.
Well, so
All
there are
right.
2 others then. So
Two others. All right, so here we go.
Are these real or fake?
In California now, certain students at schools that are kind of dangerous, they're going to have students that like maybe are running away a lot. They're going to require that they have an RFID chip embedded in their arms, and so the school will be able to track them.
That's got to be fake.
at
That's
all
got to be fake.
times.
That's got to be
but
fake.
it's in California. Come on,
I know.
they do everything in California.
No, if it were Texas, I would believe it.
It is. I made that up. But they're thinking about having kids actually have something with an RFID chip on them so that they can find kids. But they're not actually going to embed them like they do inside animals
Pets.
and stuff.
Pets.
rather.
Children are not pets.
Well, I mean, whatever. We'll talk about that in another
Okay.
episode. Okay.
And what was the last one?
So here we go. So did you know that you can, for a very inexpensive amount of, very cheap amount of, for a very inexpensive amount, you can create your own little device to stimulate your brain and help you learn better.
No, that's
So-
fake. That's
so
fake. I say that's
it
fake.
is true. It's true. It's true. With a 9-volt battery, and they're doing experiments now. Now they don't have a lot of.
Oh, that doesn't sound safe.
I know they don't have a lot of research on it, but they're putting these.
What's it
they're-
called?
It's an acronym, and I can't remember now. We'll have to talk about it at maybe another time. But they put these. They stimulate your brain, and it stimulates billions of brain cells. And they found that, for instance, on the left-hand side of your brain is where you process process a lot of text. And so they found that if they stimulate for a very short period of time, they stimulate your brain with electrical current, sections of your brain, you actually can learn better.
Really?
And get this, there's a device that is out, and it's called Think, THYNC, and it's these little pads, and it will deliver, I'm serious, it will deliver
Wow.
electrical current to you. You do it for 20 minutes, you can either get energized, depending upon where you put it, or you can get relaxed.
That's crazy.
We don't need to have you get any more energized. No. But, maybe.
Boy,
me.
that is some crazy stuff. So if you're playing along at home and you did great, Stephanie, you're going to get some stuff. But then just count on how smart you are, because I'm pretty sure that you knew all the
Yeah, and
answers.
send
that
Chris
I
your
know.
address because, don't trust me.
No, send it to me, Stephanie, and I will make sure
Yeah,
that you get
send
our
him
cool
a message
teacher
in
prize
Facebook.
back.
Tell him what your address is, and I'll send out the prize.
Very, very cool. Okay, well, thanks for joining us again on this
Was that
episode
fun?
of the Cool Teacher Show. That was actually really cool. Next time we get together, I'm going to have the same thing for Barbara, and not very long. We're going to have the coach with us, and he is going to take us through some educational Prices Right. Remember to subscribe and to like, and you know how to do
Yeah.
that. See you next time.
Bye.
Thank you.